Thank you for stopping by today, and thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to show you, this is going to be a very quick and easy one. I'm going to show you how you could achieve a Gigot sleeve. Now the method that I'm going to show you is not the only, it's not the only method that you could use, but I find this method to be simple. The other one is simple. If you want me to show you the other one too, you could just leave it in the comment section and I'll be happy to, if you want to bypass all these calculations. Now what I want you to do is draft your basic sleeve pattern. Now this is my basic sleeve pattern, and what you're going to do is you're going to find the circumference of the head of the sleeve. That's right here. So the distance around this part of the sleeve, you're going to find the measurement there. When I did mine, I got 22 inches. Now there are two different ways in which you could achieve the sleeve. One, you could use the half circle method, which doesn't give you so much volume, or you could use a full circle method and it gives you a good amount of volume. Now for the half circle method, if you're going to use that, you're going to determine the circumference. As I said, mine is 22 inches, and you're going to determine how the length of the flare that you want. All right, so usually it's always around like the elbow section. So from the top of the sleeve, the head of the sleeve, to your elbow, that is if you want it like that. So I'm going to do it to my elbow, which is around 11 inches for me right there. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your sleeve head circumference, which is this part, which is 22 inches, and you're going to divide that by 3.142, okay, which is the half of a circle. Now when I did 22 divided by 3.142, I see that my radius is going to be 7. So in order for you to know the exact amount of fabric you're going to need for this sleeve, you're going to take your radius and you're going to add the length that you need. So remember, I told you that from here to down my elbow is going to be 11 inches, right? So I'm going to take that 11 inches, but then you have to add some more inches to this pattern, because you don't want to sew on the flare right here and then it is the same 11 inches from here to there. It's not gonna look beautiful. You want to add some more seam allowance or some more fabric in order for it to drop, if you know what I mean. It have some form of body. So I'm gonna add an extra 6 inches. When I add that 7 plus 11 plus 6, I see that I have 24 inches. So when I fold my fabric in two, I'm supposed to have 24 inches worth of material in order to cut this method. Now you could use the full circle method, which is your full circle, which is your sleeve head measurement circumference, which is 22 inches, but you're going to divide it now by 6.28 to find your radius, okay? So that would be 3.5 would be the radius. Now the radius here, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take your radius, you're going to add your length, and you're going to add the extra 6 inches. Sometimes you could use 5, it depends on how much droop you want. And I see that that is 20.5. Now the difference between this and this is that for this method you're going to fold in 4. So I have a piece of fabric here. So here is my piece of fabric. So if you're doing the half circle, so this is my whole fabric, you're going to fold it in 2, right, like this, and then you're going to, you know, to make it manageable, you fold again. So on this part you're going to have, if you're doing the half circle, you need to have 24 inches on this side and also 24 inches on that side. I hope you understand that. And remember, it's folded in two. That is the half circle method. But if you're doing a full circle, the second method, instead of folding into two, you're going to fold into four. So now this is folded into two. I'm going to fold again into four, like this. Okay, so I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to take your radius, which is 3.5, and then the length of this fabric ought to be 20.5 inches. So you're gonna have 20.5 inches here and 20.5 inches there. I hope you understand what I did. So what I'm going to do, because I'm doing the half circle method, this is my basic sleeve that I went ahead and I cut out. And what you notice I did is that I made some indications here. So this is where I want the sleeve, and I put a line. So from here to there is 11 inches. So what I'm going to do, I didn't have enough fabric, but I made it work. I just joined a piece of fabric because this is for tutorial purpose. I'm gonna make a sleeve like this soon, so I just wanted to show you what it is. So I'm going to cut 24 inches. Okay, so I'm going to put my fabric unfold, and I'm going to ensure that I have 24 inches. I'm going to ensure I have 24 inches. So from here, so this is my 24 inches. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fold it again just to manage it properly. See what I did? So I fold it into a triangle. All right. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my radius. Remember, my radius is 7 inches. Now, if you wanted to have some gathers at the top, you don't have to make it the exact 7 inches. No, you could make it a little bit more than 7 inches so that you could have pleats at the top. But I don't want that, because so you're gonna go ahead and take your 7 inches. So let me do the 24 inches first. Hold on. Guys, my little son break all my chalk pieces. So I'm gonna take I'm gonna take my 24 inches. He's coming. Yes, baby. So I'm taking my 24 inches. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So from the tip of this pattern right here, see? From right here, I'm taking my 24 inches all the way around, just like you would cut a circle skirt. I've shown you so many videos how to do that. Okay, and let me just cut it off to manage it. Okay, okay, so now what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to take my radius, which is 7 inches, so I'm going to take my radius 7 inches. Remember, I said if you want more, then it's fine. You could increase it if you want gathers. And you're going to cut it off. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to find the midpoint of this line right here. So now what you're going to do, so this is what you're going to have. I had to join mine as I told you. So this is what you're going to have. And what you're going to do, guys, is that you're going to take your sleeve. So you're going to take your sleeve. This is my sleeve. And you are going to gather all this fabric. Right? So so you're working on the front part now. So this is my sleeve. You're going to take this, right? And you're going to gather this fabric. You're going to gather it all the way, gather it, because now all this is going to be gathered on this part of the sleeve right here. So right sides facing each other, you're going to go to your sewing machine and you're going to gather all this fabric here. You can gather it beforehand, or you could do some pleats, right? You're going to gather it all the way, okay? Gather it up on this part. And then you're going to flip it now and then sew this part to the top of the fabric. So I'm gonna see if I can show you what I'm doing on the sewing machine. So mates, to make it easy for you, what you could do is use your needle and thread first to base the bottom. No, don't do it. To base your work, right? So it's easier to manage. So now you can easily gather up the amount you want, okay? Okay guys, so I went ahead and I basted it down with my needle and thread just to make it easier for me to handle. And what I'm going to do now is just I'm going to take it right sides facing each other, remember? And you're going to fix it on this line that you made, okay? And you're going to sew 1/2 inch seam allowance, okay? So right sides facing each other, you're going to pull it, right? Gather it up. Try to get them even. Try to get them even. Okay guys, you can go ahead and pull out the basting thread. So this is what you're going to have at the, see how that looks, right? Okay guys, what you're going to do is that you're going to cover up all this by matching the midpoints together. And this is gonna give me some excess fabric, right? It is. See, I have about, maybe about 1 inch of excess fabric because I didn't come up by 1/2 inch. Remember I tell you always to go up by 1/2 inch, but it's no problem. I can still pleat that part, right? I could choose to pleat it right at the cap head, or I could just distribute it evenly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to I'm gonna tack down the sides. I'm going to put it together and take your seam allowance. Yes, guys. So this is what you're going to have, guys. Let me bring you back to the cutting table and show you. Okay, soulmates, so this is the result of the sleeve that we have just made. I hope you find it helpful. If you did, please give me a giant thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. Until we meet again, I will see you in my next one. Bye!
Bye!